I know with each new movie release and television show release, Star Wars is kind of sullying the name. It's just not as special as it used to be. You know, we had the first original trilogy, and then years and years went by before we had any new Star Wars. And then years went by until Force Awakens, and it seems the floodgates have opened as the gate to Snake Mountain is open. And I'm always in it for the toys. And if I could watch something and go see a movie and in that moment have fun, I know the legacy of these things is important to some people. To me, the originals and the ones you love, whether it be Episode 1, whether it be Force Awakens, whether it be, I don't know, Mandalorian for some reason, it might be special to someone. It's not always about us or you specifically or me specifically. But when it comes to toys, you can always at least find something fun. And today we are going to go over some of my first toys to the very latest toy and everything in between. I'm going to try to get it under 10 minutes if I can. My whole collection from, you know, the originals to the newest. Today on Toy Gates. Hey! Oh! Games! Toy Games! With my originals, it's pretty simple. I have these two great cases, and I have, you know, I don't have them in name order, but, you know, I got OE1. He's still got his vinyl robe. There's Chewie. There's some Episode 1 stuff. I have the original 12 or 13, and that's all I really care about. R2 is original from when I was a kid. That's about it. All the other ones I rebought. That's a word, right? This is Wilbur Hood, who stole the ice cream maker famously, and that was so cool that was in Mandalorian as like a MacGuffin piece. So that's when Star Wars is still good, when there's little fun nods. And here's Hammerhead. He's original. I don't have a lot, but I like keeping them in this case. These two cases are like art pieces to me, and I highly recommend. You can hang them on the wall. Highly recommend them cases. So that's about it for original stuff. I have here and there, I have some weird stuff, and we will go over that on my shelf. And with that being said, let's get to the shelf. I do have an original TIE Fighter and an original Snow Speeder. That's pretty cool. And the X-Wing is back there as well. And I try to group these up in films. You'll see, you know, A New Hope and some other films here, like Empire with Luke, training Luke and Yoda back there. Then I kind of just have this random 3D printed display with like video game figures on there. And, you know, this what means the most to me, this New Hope stuff, and then we'll get into what else, because I do love Jedi. I think Jedi overall is my favorite one, just because I saw it in the movie theater twice as a kid. I had the lunchbox. Ewoks were my jam. You know, just like a kid who saw Jar Jar. Jar Jar would be his jam. A kid doesn't hate Jar Jar who grew up as an adult. I didn't hate the Ewoks. This is like the dark side and the bounty hunters and Vader and the Emperor. And I army built these guys. Got lucky at GameStop. Those are all the George Lucas heads underneath there. Those were like $3 at GameStop. So I bought them all, and that's how I army built my Stormtroopers. Although I do have one that was in the original black box, like the first year Black Series came out. Bossk is a favorite. Greedo is perfect. Boba Fett is great. Right out of the gate, Black Series hit hard because Greedo looked so good. It was just some of the human faces that looked kind of shit. And they did get better. Here is, I'm going out of order with film, forgive me. Phantom Menace stuff. You know I love Phantom Menace. I did a whole video on it. It is obviously not one of the greatest films, but I really I like Jedi, Empire, New Hope, and Rogue One, and then Force Awakens. I think it's very fun. And then after that, I like Episode 1. And then it's just like crapshoot after that. Plo Koon is just a fantastic Black Series figure. Highly recommend Plo Koon. He is very unique. Looks good on a shelf. Can't say enough about Plo Koon, baby. And Jar Jar looks good. There's a little satellite from Empire. That was a great, they've had some fun releases here and there. There's Wicket, who is perfect. Those Rebel Scouts are great. They're just overpriced. And we're going to get into Force Awakens stuff. Some people hate it. I think Force Awakens is very fun. I just wish they didn't blow up. They didn't make a Death Star again. Like, did their base have to be a damn Death Star? That was so corny. I did not like that, but I took the good with the bad. And then after that, the wheels just fall off. I think Crate was an interesting looking place with the red sand. And that's about it. And I got some stuff mixed in here. Rogue One was a great movie. I think everyone could agree with that of the Disney Star Wars, I think that was almost a mistake. It was so good. I don't think Solo is that bad. I think Solo just the story didn't need to be told. And I think if Solo was some standalone movie, because it's a train heist film, if Solo was just a standalone movie, not called Solo, and it was just, Joe Blow, a Star Wars story, it would have done great. Great design. I love that weird snowtrooper back there. I thought Lando banging a robot was fucking dumb as shit, but these writers are real kooky these days. Mandalorian sucked. I don't like how he's wearing a skirt. I don't like how they let an actor dictate things in his real life to a character's backstory that was never there. I thought that was cheesy. It is what it is. This fucking big Wookiee, though, was awesome. And the figure is awesome. There's some weird random rabbit dude from the comics. Another chick from the comics. That's a dinosaur back there. I'm on the floor like a little damn kid. And we're going to move over to more stuff I had from a kid. This weird Jabba playset. You got a 3D printed Buddha Greedo I got at Comic-Con. And there's the lady they fired from Star Wars for saying shit about whatever. Always, I don't know. I don't want to get into any political shit. And that's the thing with Star Wars that's sad. Like, the politics were in the show. You could draw any conclusion you wanted about Nazi symbolism and good versus evil through the movie and through, like, nuance. Now it's just like, boom, this is who it is, this is who we are, and this is why you should like it or not like it. I don't know. It doesn't make for... When you have people arguing over, like, real-world politics in a show, to me, it takes the fun out of it. That's just my opinion. We can agree to disagree. There's a scene set up from Jedi. Very fun. There is a scene from... would be in New Hope. And there's another scene from New Hope where, like, that guy's supposedly a doctor, and there's Nutsack Face. The guy, which one of them? One of them got their arm cut off. It's like they pulled them over because they stole, the land speeder. And there's random stuff down there. It's when Black Series would put, Tauntauns on shelves and scout bikes. They gave up on that shit, man. This Dewback, I'm telling you, Dewback is a must-own. That's probably my favorite piece out of my Black Series collection is that Dewback. If I had to get rid of everything, I would probably keep that. And I'm sticking to that story. And I would have to keep this and keep the Luke in training with Yoda. And that would be it. I hope that wasn't too blurry. It's tough to see. This is kind of not as easy as I thought to hold the camera and talk. I'm sweating my balls off. Let's talk about my newest figure in my collection, the Destroyer Droid. Listen, I'm not going to waste your time with this one. There's not much to say. I got this for $33 at GameStop with my $5 coupon for the new month, and I had $5,000 in points, so I got this thing down to near $20. At that price, go for it. Originally marked at $33. I think Hasbro is fucking insane. I do like how that there's sort of a piston there. Maybe. No. There's an illusion that the piston is working there. And the ball mode is a joke. I'm not even going to do it. I tried to do it off camera, and it was just a mess. I'll show you a picture here. What can I say? I wanted to flesh out my Phantom Menace collection and shelf, and the Destroyer Droid and the Battle Droids, and then the other in-between size droid. What the hell were they called? I forget. Those big chunky guys. You know, all them together will look cool, but this is a dud. And the design, you know, some designs look cool in a movie, and an execution as a toy just isn't that interesting. So that's a shame. I would say wait for a price drop on this if you can. Unless you can trade in something, as I stated, or have points and you see it at GameStop. Anyway, let me know what you think. Tonight is Thursday, so I will be on the Mega Powers podcast. We could talk shit about this droid later on tonight if you want to continue it. When it comes to droids, just give me the classics, I guess. Take care, have fun.
Woo! Like, comment, subscribe. Yeah!